Want to know how I got my high school coach arrested? Coach Davidson recruited me specifically for varsity basketball because I was 6'4" as a sophomore and could sink three-pointers from anywhere on the court. What he didn't know was that I'd been managing severe asthma since I was 8. I'd gotten good at hiding it because I learned early that showing weakness in sports meant getting benched. Everything went sideways during Hell Week before playoffs. Coach pulled me aside after he saw me sneak my inhaler during a drill and said I was embarrassing him in front of college scouts. "You think UCLA wants to see you sucking on that thing like a baby with a pacifier?" he said loud enough for everyone to hear. "Maybe if you weren't so fat, you could actually breathe." I wasn't fat and was actually one of the strongest players on the team, but coach had decided my asthma was just me being lazy and out of shape. He announced new rules specifically for me that included no inhaler during practice, no sitting out drills, and no water breaks unless the whole team got them. "Time to see what you're really made of," he said. "I've seen kids with real problems play through worse, but you want special treatment because you get a little winded." I tried explaining that exercise-induced asthma could literally kill me without medication, but he laughed. "You know what else can kill you? Being weak, and weakness is a choice. I bet if I held a gun to your head, you'd suddenly be able to breathe just fine." He played college ball in the 80s when coaches could do whatever they wanted and bragged about practicing with broken fingers and playing through pneumonia. I called my mom that night, begging her to talk to him. She tried, but coach told her I was manipulative and using my condition to avoid hard work. He actually convinced her that maybe pushing through would make me stronger by talking about college scholarships and how I needed to toughen up for the next level. My own mom bought into his insanity. The practices got worse. He'd make me run suicides while everyone else rested, standing over me to make sure I didn't touch my inhaler. My chest would burn like someone was sitting on it. I'd wheeze so loud that other players started looking scared, but coach would just yell that I was being a drama queen. "You sound like a dying seal," he'd say. "Maybe that's your strategy. Make the other team feel so sorry for you they let you win." Our point guard started sneaking me her inhaler in the locker room, but hers was a different medication that barely helped. I was getting through games by sheer willpower and spending nights in my bathroom with the shower running, trying to breathe in steam to open my lungs. 3 days before the championship, during film review, I couldn't stop coughing. Coach stopped the video and said I sounded like his chain-smoking grandmother. "Maybe competitive sports aren't for you," he said. I tried to respond, but literally couldn't speak between coughs. He rolled his eyes and kept going with film while I sat there gasping. Then came game day, the championship. College scouts in the stands with clipboards, including the UCLA recruiter who'd been watching me all season. I'd woken up with my chest already tight, but I couldn't miss this game. Everything I'd worked for was riding on these 4 quarters. First quarter, I was managing. Second quarter, my breathing got shallow. By halftime, I was seeing spots. I reached for my inhaler in the locker room, but coach grabbed it from my hand. "Not during my championship," he said. "You've made it this far without it. Don't punk out now." Third quarter, 7 minutes in, I collapsed because my legs stopping because my brain wasn't getting enough oxygen. I went down hard on the court and couldn't get up while the crowd screamed around me. I was gasping like a fish, making these horrible choking sounds that echoed through the gym. Coach ran over and hissed in my ear to get up, that I was embarrassing the team. That's when our assistant coach shoved him aside and called 911. Coach Davidson actually grabbed her phone, shouting that I was faking for attention. The assistant coach, 5'2" and usually silent, punched him in the stomach. "He's turning blue, you psychopath." The EMTs gave me oxygen and nebulizer treatment right there on the court. My oxygen saturation was at 72%. The EMT told coach that below 90 was dangerous, and below 75 could cause organ damage. "You nearly killed this kid," he said loudly enough for everyone to hear. The whole gym heard coach say, "He's just being dramatic. He does this for attention." That's when the EMT called the police. Turns out denying someone life-saving medication is assault, taking it from them is theft, and doing it to a minor is child endangerment. Coach got arrested in front of 300 people and 7 college scouts. They handcuffed him on the court while I was still on oxygen. He kept yelling that I'd ruined his career as they dragged him away. I spent 4 days in the hospital, but the UCLA scout visited me there and offered me a full scholarship on the spot because she said anyone who could play at my level while literally suffocating had more heart than any player she'd ever seen. Coach Davidson got 3 years in prison, and I got everything I'd worked for.